guys. Topic number 3.
Did you hear it?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's going mad.
Yeah, I'm going
Don't watch
mad.
that. Anyway, topic number 3 is ZAC EFRON. He's saying that the Baywatch routine that he used to get in shape, his Baywatch fitness routine, forced him into depression and insomnia. Anyway, let's read the article from IndieWire. And it says, after more than 15 years in Hollywood, ZAC EFRON is coming clean about the price of on-screen perfection. Don't know about that. The High School Musical alum revealed in a Men's Health cover story that he suffered from a deep depression due to his Baywatch diet and fitness routine for the 2017 film. I started to develop insomnia and I fell into a pretty bad depression for a long time. Something about that experience burned me out, EFRON explained. I had a really hard time recentering. Ultimately, they chalked it up to taking way too many diuretics for way too long, and it messed something up. EFRON admitted he was overtraining and eating the same 3 meals daily while running on a mere 4 hours of sleep per night due to his exercise regimen and production schedule. I get that. That Baywatch look, I don't know if that's really attainable, EFRON reflected. There's just too little water in the skin. Like, it's fake. It looks CGI'd. And that required Lasix, powerful diuretics, to achieve. So I don't need to do that. I much prefer to have an extra, 2 to 3% body fat. It took 6 months after filming Wrapped for EFRON to feel like himself again. And even then, he still sought to unplug. At one point, that was a dream of mine, that what it would be like to not have to be in shape all the time, the greatest beer run ever star continued. What if I just say fuck it and let myself go? So I tried it and I was successful. And for all the reasons I thought it would be incredible, I was just miserable. My body would not feel healthy. I just didn't feel alive. I felt bogged down and slow. After relocating to Australia, EFRON became vegan for a short time and dealt with his self-proclaimed agoraphobia. By April, not used to that word. By April 2021, rumors of EFRON undergoing plastic surgery took the internet by storm. Even EFRON's mother called him to ask if he went under the knife.
Oh, wow.
Now EFRON shared that he shattered his jaw and his masseter muscles looked inflamed because of the injury. EFRON still undergoes physical therapy to fix his cheeks. Yeah, that's enough.
Liard. He's a little liard. But anyway,
Damien,
Yeah.
what do you think about all this?
Well, before I give you what I think about it, Larry, can you please school the people on how diuretics work?
Okay, so let me just do a quick... so Lasix was what he called Lasix. That's actually the most powerful diuretic. And they only use that in extreme cases because it is very powerful and it can actually kill you. Many bodybuilders have actually died of that on stage, or they cramped too much. There was Paul Dillett. If you look back in the past on YouTube, Paul Dillett got cramped on stage and he literally couldn't move. Right? Mohammed Benazizar, 1992, actually died on stage. The same competition Dorian Yates was competing in because of diuretics.
Right.
Many bodybuilders have died because of diuretics. In fact, that is probably the number one cause of death in bodybuilding, not steroids. So it drains all the water out of your system. It starts off with the subcutaneous water, which is the water underneath your skin. But it will quickly get rid of that and then the rest of your body water, taking it to a point where your
body can't survive.
Yeah, basically.
It can't regulate. Yeah, it can't regulate the temperature of your body.
It can't regulate. You are depleting a lot of the electrolytes like potassium, sodium, and some of the others to the point where you are going to die.
Yeah, you can't
know what I mean? So
the body's complex.
So Damien asked for that. I've given it to you.
There you
Please
go.
go
So
ahead.
with that being said, I blame The Rock, damn it. You rocking up like a boulder. You made ZAC EFRON all like, uncomfortable. He had to get down to 5% body fat and suck it all in. And for a film that got 170 million with The Rock in it and 17% on Rotten Tomatoes, was it worth the depression and the pain? You could have just rocked up with Ryan Reynolds' body. You'd have been fine. But that being said, the Masasuta breaking of the jaw, we know that's possibly connected to, when you take certain things, it enlarges certain things of the body, which can then affect certain things later on. So there's a possibility of that being the case for the plastic surgery. But we've all known for a long time, and Larry will tell you this, drugs are rife throughout Hollywood. We know this. It's not something I touch on because, as these boys know, I don't touch it for love nor money. But I don't if you do it, that's your choice. I'm not against it. That's up to you. But when actors get to the point where it's driving to depression, I'm like, why? Why? You don't need to be Mr. Universe on the screen. And for that film, what did it do for you? 17% Rotten Tomatoes. No one talks about the movie.
You weren't trying to be Thor, Rude Boy.
No.
Yeah.
It wasn't.
Your return on investment weren't great.
Yeah.
No. So I don't get the pressure that he had to go through to get to that shape for that movie.
He needed to speak to Mr. Patterson.
Well, he didn't speak to The Rock, who was in the film with him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's as Damien alluded to, you know what I mean?
I blame you, Dwayne. I fully blame you.
I don't blame you.
I
He
don't
should have known what he was doing. He was rich enough to get someone to know what he was doing.
He must have got... This is the thing, though. To know about the directs he was taking, he must have had people around him saying, right, this is what you take.
No, he got someone from the hood.
Right.
He got someone from the hood.
From the gym.
From the gym. Someone he knows. He didn't want it to come out.
Yeah.
Can we just...
Because I can tell... I know what's... Listen, just reading that alone, I know what's caused his depression.
Yeah.
But I'll go into that when that's my turn.
But no, apart from that, Zach... just come clean. You did some stuff. It's really hurt you. That's what caused the knock-on effect. And 4 hours sleep. Okay, yeah, I know you work in Dubai and things are going on, but you can stomach 6 hours. As Ali once said, broccoli chicken in 6 hours is all you need to sleep. So that's all you need. 6 hours. You go, I get 6 hours. I'm fine. Leon gets 3.5 hours. He's fine.
You said he was getting 4 hours.
Yeah. So I reckon he could have cut some things here and there. He's got so many.
I'm sure he was a star of the frigging film. Come on, man. One of the stars anyway. Yeah, well.
So, I mean, he's got no wife, no kids at the time.
Yeah, good point as well. I didn't even think of that side of things.
6 hours sleep, 2 hours training a day.
He could have got 6 hours.
Yeah, you could have got 6 hours. 2 hours training a day, and you're going to be on film for what? 12 hours, 14 hours?
Yeah, you'll be on set And
you're not filming the whole time.
Yeah.
You weren't producing it.
Yeah,
that's true.
You can have a sleep for a couple of hours.
Yeah.
We know what it's like on set.
We're all working actors.
You know what I mean?
So I'm gonna call a little bit of ball on it. A little bit.
Yeah. I can agree with that. Yeah. Leon, what are your thoughts, bro?
My thoughts are, forget your sob story, because that's exactly what it is. It's a sob story. I was depressed and that.
Leon, don't take no prisoners.
I'm not saying that didn't happen, but you had the most You're an A-list Hollywood actor, and you had the most terrible guidance from whoever. Because I understand. We've been around a lot of bodybuilders. We understand that you can get depressed by lack of certain foods. Like wanting to eat what you want to eat, being depleted. I understand that when you're ready to go, but that's contest prep. We're talking contest. There is no need for him to not be eating well.
Yeah.
It's got nothing to do with anything he took other than the diuretic. Yeah.
Well, I
think different.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But you're right. It doesn't mean you're wrong. But I think there was a contributor because remember he was miserable afterwards as well. That's what I'm saying in the thing.
So something's really messed with his psyche and like whether it's anxiety levels and it doesn't work for everyone. It's not for everyone. That's why you need someone.
You need guidance.
You need someone that is 100% on point and knows what they're talking about. Because you don't see The Rock going home crying
or moaning.
Ryan Reynolds,
and that guy's
Chris Hemsworth.
50 businesses at the same time.
Let me tell you something. So I understand that certain guys, they're like, they're starved. You remember Channing was saying, you starved yourself for the role. You shouldn't have to starve yourself for the role. To get into a great physique.
Don't get me wrong. Yes, you have to
cut.
You have to cut out certain things, and you might need to cut it to the point where it's uncomfortable.
Yes.
Like your calorific intake, but not to the point where you're depressed and you're I
don't want to get up.
Yeah, that's just,
so we know the knock-on effect with the insomnia. That's because you're all over the place. You're all over the place. And you know, I've seen that happen to bodybuilders that are competing. They've done it. They've done it wrong.
Yeah.
They've done it wrong. So, but in saying that, how much did he get paid for Baywatch?
Yeah, probably a good few million.
Listen, I'll take 6 months depression for a couple million. Yeah, yeah, I really will. I really will.
Hence the sub story.
Do you know what I mean? You know what it's called? Rich people problems. Me and Larry say that all the time. That's rich people problems. Give me Baywatch, yeah?
You're like I've got money, like I don't know.
Like, listen, rich people problems. Like, give me 8 months to get in shape for Baywatch. You ain't ever gonna hear no depression story. Give me 3 mil for
Give me
it.
4 months. Even
Right.
if you tell me it's a rush job.
Listen.
I will do what I have to do.
Me and Mo Farah's training.
I will happily take that money.
Right.
No problem.
Yeah. And then after
and you
the
won't
6...
hear me moan afterwards.
You know who I'm on to? My therapist. And I can get the best one because I got 3 mil. Yeah, the best one, high end.
I wouldn't even need a therapist.
No,
No,
but
I know what's
listen.
happened there. I know what's happened.
Opening up my bank account.
Yeah, right.
You know what?
That should lift that depression.
I suddenly feel better. I feel good now. Fucking rich people problems. I don't want to hear it. I was depressed. I was looking so sexy on screen, but I was so unhappy at home. I don't want to hear it. It's nonsense. Nonsense. Anyway, Larry.
Okay, right. I'm going to disagree with these. No, I'm joking. No, listen. I echo what these guys saying. I'm coming from more of a scientific background and also a practical background.
Why?
Because I've got a pharmaceutical chemistry degree.
Yeah,
and
he's
I've
not a
also-
doctor, but he knows shit.
Yeah.
And also, I've dabbled, as you all know, from my previous career as a boxer. Anyway, so ZAC EFRON is talking about being depressed. Yes, as we've touched on, if you restrict your calories to the point where you're only taking in survival amount of calories, yes, you're going to be depressed. And yes, you're going to have insomnia. So there's that side of things as well. Also, to get to the physique that he had for Baywatch, he must have been taking a shitload of fat burners, whether it be ephedrine, clenbuterol, which all contribute to insomnia, right? Because he was at a crazy body fat level for Baywatch.
Yeah.
We can all agree on that, right? Which is the reason why he also used Lasix, because Lasix doesn't work if you're at a high body fat. Like, there's no point getting rid of the water because you can't see nothing anyway, right? So he used Lasix, right? So yeah,
Let me have a
yeah,
look.
that
You did look good.
you did look good.
You did
bro.
look good.
So Lasix would have been a part of that. I think it was a necessary part of that. But whoever was advising you told you to use Lasix, right? And you probably used it from what I gather from this article for the whole period of the friggin' shoot, which is nuts. Which that in itself is going to send you doolally.
Yeah.
Right? Because Lasix, the bodybuilders themselves will only use Lasix for like the last 3-4 days. And they prefer not to use Lasix. They prefer a diuretic like aldactone, which is potassium sparing. It's a whole science.
Right.
I ain't gonna get into it.
Yeah.
But Lasix is like
That's for the Patreon.
yeah. Anyone who wants to know more about this, hit us up and we'll sort out the Patreon soon. Email us, description down below. We got you.
Yeah.
But anyway, also there was a big rumor that continues to this day, which I believe that ZAC EFRON was also on the anabolic steroid Winstrol, which, as well as retaining muscle and strength while you're dieting, also helps with that diuretic effect. Also gets rid of body water, which is why
keeps you dry. That's why. Yeah, it's a good
which is why a lot of bodybuilders use it pre-contest as well, right? So a lot of reasons why a lot of sprinters use it as well, for all the unnecessary body water weight to get out of there, so they can be the lightest they can be when they're
that
sprinting.
0 point.
Right. So it's definitely one of the track athletes, sprinters, one of their favorite steroids up until recently, because that can be easily caught.
Yeah.
Right. So you've done all of that. So I understand where the depressions come from in terms of the eating, but also whoever's advised you, because you've had this depression from this article for months afterwards, means that one, you've not used testosterone with your Winstrol because you were young enough to get away with it with just that.
Yeah.
Right. But also, you haven't PCT'd afterwards. And that's what's caused your depression. And anyone who's used anything will know about, even he knows about PCT and he hasn't even touched the stuff. Right? will know you need to PCT to get your hormones back online so you don't suffer said depression.
Yeah.
Which is exactly what's happened to you. I can tell that's what's happened.
Yeah.
So whoever's advised you didn't know what the hell they was doing. You were better off going with a rock and just saying, bro, sort me out. What am I supposed to do? And he probably would advise you better than whoever did. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because whoever advised you didn't know what the fuck they were
Or
doing.
you should have just,
advised them.
or you should have just emailed Greg Doucette.
Yeah.
Or more plates, more dates.
Listen, let me tell you something. If I got money like that, more plates, more dates is coming with me, Dreads.
But you don't need more plates.
No,
mate.
but
You got me.
I got you. Yeah. But I'm saying if I don't know you, I'm going to them. One of them two.
Of course.
They know what they're talking
Of
about.
course. Bruv, they would have had you in just as good
Better
shape.
shape.
With less drugs and less trauma to your body.
And more food.
Right. You know what I mean?
And more food.
Because I will say this as well, for a lot of athletes, they're lazy. Especially bodybuilders when it comes to getting in shape for contests.
Yeah.
I when I was boxing, I used to eat whatever the hell I wanted. I very rarely dieted. But if I did, it wasn't to the point where I'm starving myself. But I very rarely dieted. You know what I did instead? Just train my fucking arse off. Because I'm not lazy.
Yeah.
I'm used to hard work.
Yeah.
But, you know, all these bodybuilders, oh, I don't want to do cardio because I'm going to lose some muscle.
Yeah.
Like,
Isn't that just the biggest nonsense?
honestly.
The size of you at your peak and the amount of cardio that you did.
Right.
Because everyone knows every boxer.
Right.
Like
You have
in
to
the
do insane
cardio
amount
is
of
more than anything.
Right.
Without cardio,
Right.
you're nothing.
Right.
Nothing at all.
Right.
So cardio supersedes any weights, anything. So it's nonsense. Oh, I'm gonna work off my muscle. Oh, shut up.
So
up.
that's the bottom line. You used Lasix and diuretics way too long because you probably used it throughout that whole shoot, right? Which is nuts to me. But then you didn't PCT afterwards. And that's where your depression has come from, my friend. Now, if you hit up the gym Rat Pack, we can sort you out.
Yeah.
We can sort you out. You know what I
it.
mean? We'll help you out. Next time you need to get in shape, it won't be so bad. You know
That's
what I mean?
I'm saying.
So just let us know, yeah? But listen, as my man here said, and as my man here would agree, that's rich people's problems. Yeah?
Rich people problems.
Because anyone I know that's in the same position that I'm in is going to be moaning after going through all that and getting millions of dollars.
Listen, there's people
it's
going through this every single day for some 10 pieces of protein powder after they've worked their ass off for 5 years and they're getting a pat on the back, a medal, and a couple protein drinks. There you go.
Yeah.
Well done. You done well. Good muscles. That's what you're getting. You're telling me. And you're with The Rock on the beach.
Right.
With Wally Pagyal, because you never even had no woman and you them times. So
Nah, he was a sex symbol that time. There.
that's what I'm saying. He's living his best life.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Poor you.
Yeah, poor you.
Poor
indeed.
you.
Indeed.
Nah, man.
Listen, I'm not hearing The Rock moaning and groaning and
Poor me.
saying I'm.
It's so hard work to keep these muscles.
You see, he comes in jacked every
Jacked.
film, and he ain't complaining. So maybe.
What
you
does
need
he
to hit him
say?
up.
Focus. Anyway.
So anyway, guys, we said our piece on ZAC EFRON. I like ZAC EFRON, by the way.
Yeah.
He's
He's a good actor.
Brilliant actor.
Yeah, I like
He's
him as
real
an actor.
good.
And I retract the jaw statement. You fell out a window in 2014. I retract
Fair
it.
enough.
So
Yeah.
But that was just him.
Yeah,
but,
that was
anyway,
me.
but anyway, listen, we like ZAC EFRON as a performer. We're just going on this article, what you've obviously done wrong. But if you disagree with us or you think you know better, comment down below.
Come
and let us know
on
what you
in,
think,
gentlemen.
and we'll have a little friendly debate. You get me?
Yeah. Right.